Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some of Fernando Alonso's comments on Max Verstappen, as well as a breakthrough Ferrari seem to have made ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Fernando Alonso, who said that what Max Verstappen is currently doing in Formula 1 reminds him of his 2012 campaign. Now, last weekend in Japan, Verstappen pulled off one of his best ever weekends. We know that Red Bull has got issues. We know it's not the best car on the grid. And somehow, Verstappen managed to put the car on pole, despite the car looking like a massive handful during practice. And then in the Grand Prix, he led from pole, managed to keep the McLarens behind him, and just drove a really good race and ended up winning. And across this season, while Verstappen has been up there finishing P2 in Melbourne, P4 in China as well, before finishing first in Japan, his teammates, haven't scored any points. Lawson scored nothing in the first two races, and Tsunoda, on his debut with Red Bull, only managed 12th. And Alonso feels what Verstappen is doing is similar to what Alonso did in 2012. That year, Alonso was driving for Ferrari. The car wasn't the best, yet he somehow managed to take it into a title fight with Sebastian Vettel, who was driving for Red Bull. Alonso was quoted by Motorsport Week as saying, "I've been there. I've been fighting for world championships with the third, fourth fastest car. So, at the end it's difficult, as it was difficult for me to beat Sebastian Vettel. So I hope for him he can fight until the end. But Red Bull need to improve a little bit the machine." Now, as I said, the Ferrari in 2012 wasn't the best car at all. There were issues with it, but Alonso was somehow managing to put the car in really good point scoring positions, and he was winning several races, and he was just able to take on Red Bull, who had a much better car. And that's pretty much what Verstappen has been doing in recent times. Red Bull have seemed to struggle since the middle of 2024, but he's put the car in really good positions, has Verstappen, pulled off some excellent drives. Remember Brazil last year, he went from 17th to 1st in wet conditions in a car that should never have been able to achieve that. And what he's currently doing this season, I think, is just really, really impressive. And what he did in Japan, I think, is one of his best ever drives. So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep up this momentum throughout the season. But there's no doubt Red Bull have to help Verstappen and improve that car. But let's move on to Ferrari, who seem to have made a breakthrough for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now, it's been a tough start to the season for Ferrari, especially for Lewis Hamilton, and in Japan, he only managed to finish in P7. And following the Japanese Grand Prix, Hamilton pointed to a deficit between something on his Formula 1 car and that of his teammate Charles Leclerc, and he went on to say that something was underperforming on his side and that it was good to know, and that he feels he's getting the best result he could get. And he went on to say, as quoted by The Race, "We found something on the car that's been underperforming the last 3 races. I'm really hoping that when that's fixed, I'll start getting a bit better results. I'm losing over a tenth of that with this issue we have. I'm hoping in the next race it's fixed." Now, it's been reported that Ferrari had opted for a conservative setup on Hamilton's car in Japan, prioritising front tyre management with an overbalanced configuration, and this setup increased the front grip to reduce wear, but compromised overall balance and performance. And since the degradation was lower than expected, that setup wasn't necessarily needed and hurt his pace compared to Leclerc. But Hamilton has pointed to something he feels is underperforming on his car for the last 3 Grand Prix, but Ferrari look like they're bringing a big upgrade to the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is aiming to bring better balance and stability. Now, it's been reported that the updated floor is designed to generate more efficient downforce at current ride heights, and one goal is to shift the centre of pressure forward to help improve cornering rotation, and the upgrade is expected to reduce the SF25's understeer issue. But do you think this will help Ferrari? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.